Welcome back. 23 lives were lost in the 2019 attack in El Paso that left a community and a nation stunned, angered, and broken. Despite the will to persevere, that Texas community still bears a trauma that's all too familiar to our brothers and sisters who survived, a feeling of not belonging. But as ABC's John Quiñones shows us, Latinx in El Paso are reclaiming a love for their cultura in a show of resilience and unity.
Mount Cristo Rey has taken on a role of a spiritual beacon.
You can see the cross.
I can see the cross. We're gonna get up there pretty soon.
The first time I climbed that, you felt that spirit inside of you.
There it is, Cristo Rey.
It's right in the center of the United States and Mexico.
It's all the same landscape. So those borders are only in our minds.
El Paso, it means the passage, the step. It's a city where every day the feet of the faithful make their pilgrimage to the top of Cristo Rey.
Como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden.
The monument towers over the heart of Paso del Norte, the region centering around El Paso, Las Cruces, New Mexico, and Ciudad Juarez in Old Mexico.
I think the special thing about it is you're right on the U.S.-Mexico border, but it's kind of a reminder that it's sacred space. This is a place for everybody.
Tell me where El Paso ends and Juarez begins. You cannot tell the difference.
It's an artificial border.
We've been one region, as I say, for 360 plus years.
I am Mexican-American, a former migrant farm worker. My family has lived in Texas for hundreds of years, and I've come here to find out how this city's rich history affects the challenges of Hispanic America today. El Paso is home to the largest bilingual and bicultural workforce in the Western Hemisphere.
English and Spanish to us is one language. We think in Spanish and we think in English. It's like a switch that can go on quickly.
We are part Texan, part Mexican, and sometimes reluctantly part New Mexican.
What makes this such a mix of cultures is that for centuries, people could easily cross back and forth. But then came the fences and the walls.
¿Y ella cruza sin problema?
Sí, y ella es americana y mexicana.
Many El Paso natives like ADRIA Gonzalez and her family have been in the area for generations.
We didn't cross the border.
The border crossed you.
The border crossed us.
Your family came here in the late 1500s.
Yes, they did.
So you're more American than most Americans.
That is correct.
We're 20 years after the 9/11 attacks, and the only terrorist attack we've had here actually came from North Texas.
It's been more than 2 years, but most of El Paso is still reeling from that shooting at this Walmart. The shooter, then 21 years old, is accused of driving 11 hours from his home in North Texas and then killing 23 people and wounding another 23. It was the deadliest direct attack on the Hispanic community in modern U.S. history.
This was an evil white supremacist who came from 700 miles away. I do not believe this individual would have ever come from our region.
He was possessed by the devil himself.
Alberto Hernandez leaned heavily on faith to get through the loss of his older sister, Maribel. With a receipt in hand, she was killed along with her husband as they tried to flee that Walmart.
People are very religious in this city. We understand God has a purpose. There was a purpose for that day. I don't know what it might have been, but there's a purpose for everything in life.
Adria was with her mother when the shooting began. She saved countless lives by literally dragging people through the back exits.
I had a cap on me, and I took my cap off, And I started yelling, vámonos, vámonos por acá. Let's go this way.
You saved a lot of lives. They call you Wonder Woman.
God, I'm not a hero. I just needed to do what I needed to do because this is our community. That's how we take care of ourselves.
For more than 2 years, ADRIA had refused to visit the scene of the massacre until today.
Why did you want to come here?
To be strong for my future kids, you know, that they have a strong mom. I know it's going to take time, but right now I just need to let it go. Yeah. We can do this.
Paso por paso, step by step, she bravely makes her way into the store.
My mother and I were over there.
ADRIA personifies El Paso Strong.
I did it. I did it.
It became a rallying cry for the community, a mantra for spiritual healing.
El Paso Strong?
El Paso Strong.
Much like the climb to Cristo Rey, where special crosses now stand for all the lives that were lost.
The family members of the victims, they made a pilgrimage to come up and carry their loved ones cross to the top.
The top of El Paso del Norte, the northern passage where the United States and Mexico become one. That is what brings El Paso a measure of love, forgiveness, and strength.
What did the shooter not know about El Paso?
That we're strong, that we're family, that we've been here a long, long, long time. Y no los rajamos.
You don't quit.
We don't quit.
You don't run.
No. We face what we have to face.